Another episode with your guy. And blessings, welcome. Everyone, it's holiday time again. Don't stress yourself out with this shit, I'm saying? This Christmas stuff and all the seasons. Like, I'm saying? Just do your thing. I feel like, they want you to buy stuff, right? So don't feed too much into that. Like, get what you want. Like, you want to buy gifts to people, go ahead, right? But don't make it something that you necessarily need to do and you're gonna fucking stress yourself out, get yourself anxiety for what, right? Just to buy some stuff that you don't need, that your kids don't need, and they're only gonna play with for 2 days and then they tired of it. Like, come on, man. Let's fucking do better. Let's not let America do that. So yeah, everything is good. I feel good. Yesterday is a good day for minorities, specifically because Illinois is the first state that passes a bill to get rid of cash bail, right? So in Illinois, specifically Chicago, right? Like you get arrested, they're not gonna say, well, your bail is set at 10,000, right? And then you got to put up cash. Like, come on, like who the fuck? Oh, so basically, if you're wealthy, you're well off, you're gonna be able to afford that, right? Because if you're broke, you don't got the 10,000. What's gonna happen? Your ass gonna sit in jail, right? It's fucking unfair, you know. Like we gotta look at the laws as are they fair? Who are they fair to, right? We don't want a society that, yo, if you're this skin color, this type of person, this type of income, you live in this place, you good. But if you're this skin color and this race and this height and this age group and this demographic, then you're fucking shit out of luck. No. This is America. You know the funny thing about America, what I noticed, right? Every state is like a country. It's like a mini country, right? Because the stuff you could do in New York, you can't do that in California. Stuff you do in California, you can't do that in Illinois. You can't do that in Florida. You can't do that in Texas. You can't do that in Virginia. You can't do that in Montana. Like every state, you got to know the laws of the state. Like there's some states, like you could carry your piece, right? You could conceal the weapon. In Texas, motherfucker, they don't even conceal the guns. You go in the supermarket, motherfuckers got their gun on the hip. You know what I'm saying? Which I prefer. I think that's a better society, right? Like America, we got mad guns here, right? When you go to other places, they don't got guns like that. That's why in London, you'll see, people getting stabbed. Like a crime is like motherfucker, it's hand to hand combat. I'll fuck you up, I'll stab you, but I ain't gonna pull no gun because over there they ain't got shit like that. You know what I'm saying? They putting away the guns. But America, it's like, yo, you better have that piece, right? You better have that weapon because he got a weapon, she got a weapon, and it's in her purse, it's in on his hip, it's in the boot, it's concealed, it's illegal, it's legal, it's concealed, it's not. It's like it's so many ways to have weapons in America, right? So what are you gonna do? Fucking be weaponless? I wouldn't recommend that. But I do like the law, right? Because give everyone a fair shot. Like, listen, if I get in trouble, I have a lawyer, I have an attorney. Like, okay, I'm calling him and I'm gonna say XYZ, get me the fuck out of this shit, right? But what about the people that don't have attorneys? That state legal aid that come in the office with fucking a stack of files, and they're like, "Oh, let me find your file." They didn't even look at your shit before they got in there. They look at your shit with you. Oh yeah, all right, just plead guilty, man. Like they just tell you you're like the dumbest advice. Like they don't even try to help your case. They don't give a fuck. It's not their job. They're getting paid by the state. They're not getting paid by you individually. So they don't work for you. They work with you. They don't work for you. Big difference. So great bill. I really like that. I really like that. I'm happy to see things in America changing. Like, let's cut it the fuck out. Black, Spanish, minorities. We are important to this country, motherfucker. We do all the work. We do all the fly shit. We come up with all the trends. We make stuff hot. We buy everything. We go to all the places. Like we the consumers. Like, I'm not knocking and saying white people don't buy nothing. That's not the case. Obviously, I know my white friends that, they cop, the drip and they be in Kith and Nordstrom and shit. Yeah, they buy stuff too. But what I'm saying is we will run and buy something right away. Like, look what we do to Hennessy. Like, I don't even know if Hennessy fucks with us, right? But we buy that shit. If you're black, you didn't have Hennessy. I was chilling with this Irish girl one time, and she was like, "Oh, I don't know." She wanted to, impress me or some shit, but she's like, "Oh, I never had Hennessy before." I was like, "What?" Like I just, I didn't. It didn't make no sense to me, right? Like, how could you never have this shit? Because everyone that I know, literally, either they have not only they have it, they have an opinion on it. They're like, "Oh, either I really like it or I can't drink this at all," right? But she said she never had it, so what I did, I took her to the bar and hennied her up before I gave her the D. You feel me? It was only right. I feel like as a guy, like, is it I like being a pioneer. It's not as important to me anymore. Like I used to like really like you're the first one to show a woman something. That to me is special because she gonna remember that. Like you nigga, I put her in her butt first, right? I showed her how to take the spit in her mouth. I showed her, what it feels like to wear high heels. You show her something that she never had before. She always gonna remember you. I like to be memorable. You know, as men, we gotta do that for women, right? Because again, how you gonna remember that? How she gonna remember you? If you care about stuff like that, some of my friends they don't give a fuck. Like, they'll. I remember when if I was with a woman I wanted her to really remember me, and also I know she gonna tell her friends. Like any woman you deal with, she gonna tell her friends about you, right? The dick was good, the dick was trash, right? I never wanted to be on the dick was trash list. You know what I'm saying? Never. Like you're not gonna go in your group chat and tell all your friends how my dick was trash. Are you crazy? Are you crazy? I want the dick to be so good that she don't even tell her friends. She's like, nah, I can't tell my friends. They gonna want to fuck this nigga too. That's how you really do it. That's how you really get it popping. Like, bitch, you can't even tell nobody because they gonna want this dick too. Fuck you know about it. Not much, I bet. But real quick, I want to do a update on my endeavors as Mark Papers, aka Gem Flames. Because people always ask me, and again, I have to update because if not, I don't say shit, and people will know where the fuck I am. Like I get a DM every morning, right, from someone else. This is like one of my friends, colleagues, clients, stuff like that. And they be like, "Oh, where you at?" Well, like they literally never know where I'm at, right? Because I'm never in the same fucking spot, and I don't broadcast it for good reason. I think in these times, you really don't want to broadcast where you be at like that. You know, it's too much negative may come with me telling you where I'm at rather than me saying where the fuck I'm not at. Like, right? Like, if you don't know where I'm at, like you can't do nothing to me. Right. So this day of the internet, it's cool to show people. I think it's when I leave, yeah, here's where I was at when I fucking left. But when I'm here, hell's no. Hell's no. You're not gonna run up on me. And if you do, that's stupid because I'm never gonna be unarmed or you're not gonna you ain't gonna catch it. I'm not a sitting duck. And I think for any rapper, any entertainer, anyone that's in this industry, you have to think like that, motherfucker. It ain't the same way. You're a rapper, you're not unprotected no more. That shit played the fuck out. Back in the day, like nobody gonna shoot a rapper. Like nobody gonna shoot a famous rapper because it's like, all right, well, you leave that person alone because that person is, a lot of people respect them, a lot of people love them. You leave them alone unless it's like some crazy shit. But look at when Nipsey got popped, R.I.P. Nipsey. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't fucking believe it because like, why would you shoot him? This man is a missionary. This man is on a path to help black people. He's on a path to help the hood. He's on a path to help gang members. He's on a path to help the women in our community. He's on a path to influence the children. On a path to do so much good. Why would you shoot him? It's not like you. It's not like you're robbing him. What are you taking his jewelry? Because I didn't hear that. You're not gonna get his jewelry. And how much is that really worth? 50,000, 100,000. Like when you do some shit like that, like if you rob the bank, right? If you could rob a bank and get away with it, would you do it? My question would be, well, how much money am I getting in that bank robbery? Because if you're telling me I'm walking away with $200,000, then motherfucker, I'm not robbing the bank. Like, what am I gonna do? Uh, go overseas and then all I got is $200,000, motherfucker. That ain't enough. Because once you do shit like that, you can't come back, nigga. It's there's only two ways to leave this earth, right? In a zip, or how else? You know, that's pretty much the only ways to leave it. You know, because going to jail is fucking dumb as fuck. Like, you know, you got to think about it. Like, don't do the crime. I feel like motherfuckers don't get that concept. Don't do shit you ain't ready to deal with. Because there's always consequences, and once you get to the state of mind that you're like, yo, fuck the consequences, then you can live life fully, right? When or not even say fuck the consequences to when you're able to deal with them, right? Like I know if you know if you're a student, right, you cut class and your parent find out, are you gonna get an ass whipping? Okay, cool. Are you cool with that? Are you cool with skipping class and getting found out and then you gotta do something else? Because if you are, then fuck it. Do it. You don't care about what's gonna happen. If you don't care about doing swipes and you have to deal with that, then go ahead, do it. But don't be that person that do this shit and then when happy, you're like, oh, yo, I don't know, and you want niggas to save you. Like, get the fuck out of here. You did it, right? Cut it the fuck out. That's how life goes, yo. The fuck? You put yourself in a position, you gotta fucking deal with it. It's always like that, you know? I always gotta deal with the shit in my life, you know? And that's how I feel that I've come one with myself. I fucking finally said, you know what? I am who I am. I accept this. And whoever doesn't accept it, that's fine. I don't need them to accept it. But I accept me, and the Lord accepts me too. God always gonna accept you. You know, I don't want to make this too religious because some people get afraid of this shit. As soon as you start talking about God, they're like, oh, no, that's not for me. But the funny shit is, whether you believe in God or not, God still affects your life. God is still watching your life, right? So you're choosing to not follow God or the universe or energy, whatever you want to, you know, view it as. And what is the opposite of that? You know, evil, the devil, dark shit, the dark spirits, dark energy, you know, bad stuff. I don't know. I don't see the point of that shit. If you're gonna be a grimy motherfucker, then just be grimy. Don't act like you good and then you're actually grimy in dark corners. That's fucking motherfucker. We gonna find out. We could feel it. We know you're doing grimy shit. Like you don't a nigga can't fucking every time a priest touches kids, motherfucker, we find out. You can't preach the God Lord and you touching like nigga, this is gonna come to light. How the fuck could it not? Right? So be careful what you do. Always. You know? But as far as the music goes, like I'm at this stage, I rhyme when I feel like it, right? Personally. I used to wake up and it was like, all right, I'm doing music. I'm making a new song. I'm rhyming on something. I'm writing a full song. I'm doing verses, all that stuff. But now it's like I only do work when people commission me. Like, right, you know, you hire me for a verse to rhyme on your beat. You hire me to make a jingle for your company. You hire me as a ghostwriter. You hire me. You hire me, then I do the song. If not, then you know I'm producing. I'm making a lot of beats these days. I got the beat store on BeatStars. I think the best platform. Shout out to BeatStars. And I got about 80 beats on there now in just a year's time. To me, that's pretty quick. I'm proud of the work I was able to put in because back in the day, I wasn't making beats at all. Like all my old records from Get Your Papers Up to and back, I probably produce if I made 500 records in my career, which probably is accurate, I probably produced literally like 10 of them, you know. Like I made the beat or I added some stuff. Like I on a production side. Like I don't make beats, but now again I have, a lot of beats. So that's pretty much it for me. I don't want to ramble on and do too much because again, it's podcasts on the Gelato Talk. It's just about, updates and topics, right? We just discussing stuff. It's not really personal about me, but since I am the host, I'm gonna tell you what the fuck I got going on. You know? Which leads me into my next topic, which is emotions and communication. It's so important how we communicate, right? Like with the way we speak. Like I can say the same thing 5 different ways, but it mean different stuff. And if you're from New York, you know what the fuck I'm talking about. Like in New York, we be like, yo, you good? Yo, you the sentence you good, it means so many different stuff. It's like, yo, you good? I'm asking you like, are you doing okay? But if I say, yo, you good? I'm like, yo, my nigga, stop fucking playing with me. I'm about to fuck you up. I'm like, nah. Or somebody go like, yo, yeah, you good? I mean, like, all right, don't sweat it. Like, you just stepped on my shoe. Yeah, you good. Like, it's such a lit dialect. So I niggas, when we from New York, when you go somewhere else, they be like, yo, you from New York, right? I'm like, yo, I guess. I guess I've fucking been all over, but yeah, I was born there. They could smell that shit from a mile away. That accent, you know. You smell my accent. You don't hear it. You smell it. You smell me. That was lit. That was lit. That used to be slang. Slang to me, it changed so much. Like it's not cool no more. Like motherfuckers don't say cool shit. I remember back in the day, every week it was something fucking new niggas was saying. I'm like, yo, what the fuck does that mean? You know what I'm saying? They just using it like they've been using it for fucking years too. They just sprinkle it in the fucking sentence. You know? But communicating, we gotta remove the emotion sometimes. I feel like sometimes I want to tell people some real shit, and I'm not coming for them. Like I always run into that, right? Like, I say some shit, and people think like I'm coming at them. They're like, "Yo, why you talking shit?" I'm not talking shit about you. Actually, what I'm doing is I'm fucking saying something to you that I want you to hear, but again, I don't have an opinion on it. For example, I could be like, "Yo, oh, you should really you should clean your car. Like you say your car is mad dirty. I come in your car and your car has stuff all over it, right? And I like to consider myself as a clean person, right? So not that I'm not dissing your car, but I don't like to be in a situation that this place or things are dirty, right? So how do I say that? Oh, you should clean up this car. Like you're gonna be offended by it. No matter how I say this shit, you're gonna take emotional defense to it because you think I'm talking about you and I'm calling you dirty. When in reality, I'm just saying the car is dirty, and this is your car, right? You should clean it the fuck up. But how do you say that to someone without them fucking feeling away? It's very difficult unless you take the emotions out. And I tell people all the time, people talk to me, the way I talk to people, I just say whatever. If you fucking feel a way about it, you feel a way. I can't baby everything you fucking feel, right? Like I don't see how that makes any fucking sense. Like that's weird to me. Like I don't know what offends you and what doesn't offend you. So I'm not gonna be the person to fucking each time, you know, coddle you, right? But for me, if somebody tells me some shit like, yes, yo, you should clean this car, I'm like, oh yeah, that's facts. I need to get this done. It's pretty dirty. Like, accept it. Like you know it's dirty. Who dirtied it? I didn't dirty it. It's your shit. How could you be offended by the person saying the car is dirty and not the fact that it's your car and you have it dirty? I'm fucking like, I don't get that. And that goes back to taking responsibility for the things that you do, the things you own, the things that your life, responsibility. That's what it means to take responsibility. It doesn't mean fucking you need to get a job and get $100,000 and be rich and all. No, that's not what we're talking about here. Being responsible is just acknowledging the fact that when you own something and when you do something, it's on you to make sure that it's good. It's on you to make sure it's working. It's on you to make sure that people understand it. Because if not, then you're passing the blame when in reality it's again it's still on you. And I feel like sometimes this happens to me a lot when I talk to women because I like women that are strong. I like women that are strong-minded, strong-willed, because I, as a man, I feel like as our job as men is we need to tell women what the fuck to do. Real shit. However you want to take that, however you hear that, it's fucking fact. We need to tell them what to do. Because in society, as we grow up, society tells us how we should live, right? It tells us, hey, you're a man, you need to get a job, you need to find a woman, you need to have children, you need to be successful, you need to do all this shit. They're not preaching this shit to women. They telling them, yo, you need to grow up, you need to look like this, dress like this, have a fat butt, make sure your titties look good, buy this makeup, and then find a rich man. That's what they're being told. So they're not being shown a lot of stuff. Like, you ever date a woman and you show her how to load up a weapon, or you show her how to bag up some work, like you show her some stuff that's like she wasn't taught this shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's our job to show her what it is if she's worthy, right? I feel like don't just show it to any fucking bubblehead. You feel me? Because now you're fucking wasting it. You're giving away game, and she's just gonna do dumb shit with it. But a worthy woman, a woman that respects you and she wants to learn and she wants to take the skills you've shown her and replicate it and help you replicate it, then again, she's a lit one, right? Because you both are helping each other. Like, you're learning, you're showing her the stuff you learn, and now she's getting to learn new stuff from you, and you both are taking it together and building something with it. That's how you should do it. You know, but what the fuck do I know? Like, I don't know if BDE still exists. I don't know. Does it? Right? Or we just fucking assholes for being real, for being men. You know, there was an attack on masculinity in the last 10 years, from the 2010s to 2020, and it's okay again to be a man. Like, it's like I wouldn't be a fucking big brute first beast. Like, I gotta tone it down, but it wasn't okay to be a man from 2010 to 2020. You had to be a bitch nigga. You had to be a fucking bait ass. You know, let me dial that back because I don't want to talk down on the different entries as men, right? Because some of us are alpha. I like to think I'm sigma. You know, there's some omega, there's delta, there's beta. We all work together, motherfucker. You ever seen a basketball team? You ever seen a football team? Motherfucker, there's a captain, and then there's motherfuckers that support, and there's generals. Motherfucker, we all don't need to be the boss or the leader. If you think you're a leader or a boss, you need to step up and prove that. You can't just say you're a leader, say you're a boss. You think I just asked motherfuckers to follow me? I've been repping top 5 motherfuckers since I was in high school. And I gladly wear it on my neck. I always rep this shit, but I never feel like the leader. When we first formed the group, we all were generals, right? No one stepped forward. We all, you know, in a good man circle, a good friend group, nigga, we all cool. We all fucking lit, right? We all got good ideas to bring to the table. We all do different stuff, right? We don't gotta step forward and be like, oh, I'm the nigga, and we only listen to me, and nah. Unless it goes that way, unless one of us becomes that leader and puts himself in position, and we have to listen to him because he knows better. He knows more about this, right? You know, like if I'm gonna pick out a car, and one of my friend he sells cars, then I'm probably gonna ask him, yo, what you think about this? You know, it don't mean he's big bro. Like, that shit getting out of hand. Nigga, I never called a nigga big bro in my life. Never. And I fucking never will. Like, nigga, who? How are you big bro? What the fuck could you do that I can't do, nigga? I got a penis too. You know? Men, we need to compete with other men again. Like, let's bring that back. I wish motherfuckers would compete with me on this rap shit, on in general. And friendly competition too. Like, yo, my nigga, I know I could produce better than you. I can make more beats. Like, why don't we do a challenge? Like, motherfuckers even don't want to do that shit. Last year I did a lit as fuck challenge. Right, I had this verse. And the verse, I didn't put a verse that was like insane, right? I didn't like lyrically bar it to death, but I did a verse. It was cool. I feel like I gave my fire flow. I was on top of the beat. real aggressive, and I wasn't really saying. I was saying shit that it was just lit. Like every line was lit. I had my fire flow, and I put out a challenge that, hey, listen, you take this beat and you rhyme on it and try to out rhyme me. You know how many people took that challenge? Fucking one. One rapper sent me a verse. One. Now, okay, we could all call it that, maybe people didn't see it, the algorithm is different now and your posts don't go as far as they used to. Yeah, that's probably, a little true. But what about the niggas that seen it? It didn't have one view, right? So you saw it, but I would have took that challenge. I would have took that. I would have fucking took that, you know? And that's what I always look at. What separates men versus other men? Will you challenge another man? Because if you will, then it means that you believe that we're on the same page, or you think you're better, which I'm cool with. If a nigga think he better than me, fine, my nigga, prove it. I like the confidence, but this low energy of, yo, I gotta automatically think that people are better than me. Like, who started that shit? That's not good for men. That's not good for society and mankind, because we not gonna boss up if Rick Ross don't think he could do what Jay-Z do. If he always thought that, then nigga, he will never be in that house where he at right now. He'll always think he a fucking bottom tier nigga. When in reality, we should always think like we top tier nigga. We should always think like we fucking gods on earth. You're not God. We're not God, but think you're a god on earth. Think you're a deity. Like, right? You come from a place that you have control, you have power, you have mass, and you can do things that you can fucking other niggas can't do. Ain't nothing wrong with that. I think it's wrong if you're not having that mentality, because what are you coming with, right? Like everything is just, you know, you ain't even trying to kill niggas. Like I'm trying to kill niggas. I want to murder motherfuckers. I want to get them the fuck up out of here. I want to take niggas spot. Like, oh, he got the number one spot. All right, boom. I want that. I want to beat that nigga. Nigga, I don't want number two. Who? Yeah, yeah. Why would you shoot for two? Right? Like, just aim for the first spot. Like, try to be the best, motherfucker. Why would you try to be number two? You're a dumb fuck. That's the dumbest shit I've ever heard in my life. I would even strive for some shit like that. Fuck out of here, nigga. I'm not coming to lose. Why would I show my ass all the way up to this shit to fucking lose, nigga? I'd rather be in the bed with some bitches. Multiple. One on the balls, one on the fucking shaft. Not fucking coming out my house to fuck around, to play, and this shit don't work, and I ain't even going hard, nigga. No. Are you doing that? Ask yourself if you're doing that. Cause you're walling. You're fucking wilding. You're accepting fucking defeat. Like I've done shit, motherfucker, that I didn't want to do. People ask me how I get so much done. Nigga, I do shit I don't want to do just so I could do the shit I want to do. Do you get that? Do you get that concept? Motherfucker, I don't want to fucking do my homework, but I want to pass this class so my mama won't be on my ass. Nigga, I don't want to shovel this snow, but I don't want my driveway to fucking crack. I don't want to read this book. I'd rather fucking be getting some head. But I want the knowledge. Sacrifice. That's what all successful people do. It's like, how much did he sacrifice? Like, I don't give a fuck what my bank account goes to. Like, I'm always gonna be a rich nigga. And bitches know that too. They can see how you move. Don't let these bitches tell you that you need an X amount of dollars to be a well-off nigga, or you ain't shit because you ain't got money. Like, bitch, stop it. Because the bitch is telling you that shit, she ain't got no money either. She probably live with her mama. She ain't got no bread, and she telling you that you need to have money to fuck with her, but she ain't got no money either. That's the type of shit that's going on. And y'all niggas run with it and believe it. Like, bitch, don't tell me what I need to have. Just know that I'm the type of nigga that I always have something. I always have something to provide to the table, bitch. And again, if it's not money, and that's our prerogative, right? You want to share your wealth with a woman, bitch? That's something I choose to do. I'm not required to give you nothing. 2022. Like you women, you fought for how many years to be able to get what we get? Yo, men pay is not the same as women pay. Okay, it sounds like you want to work and get money, right? Because in the 1950s, them hoes was in the kitchen. There was housewives. That was it. It was like, yo, you don't go to war. You ain't going outside. You're not going to the factory. Just stay in the house, cook, take care of the kids. Y'all say y'all ain't want that. It was boring. Y'all wanted more. Y'all want to earn your own money. Y'all don't want to be controlled by men. Cool. We let y'all go out there. Women could get any job now. To me, even in music, you know, we had a few rappers before: Missy, Lauryn Hill, Eve, Trina. Who we got now? Glorilla, Lotto, Meg. You know, the list goes on. How many women now could do the same shit as a man? Pretty much all of them. I know bitches that sell drugs. I know bitches that got guns. I know bitches that do tons of shit. You know what I'm saying? Feds is watching, right? The playing field's the same. So when she pull up on you and she asks you what you got, motherfucker, you know what I do? I ask that bitch same shit. Bitch, what you got? Where you live at? Where your car at? Are you driving a Honda, bitch? Because if you pull up with that, she gonna shit on you. I know bitches used to try to shit on my Nissan. I was like, bitch, this shit is paid off, ho. I don't own this shit. See that nigga that you dick riding with the BMW? That he don't own that shit. That ain't his car. He still give money to the bank every month. If he got a loan. Some of these niggas got renties. Bitch, I own this shit. You can't talk to me. You ain't gonna dance sure make me feel away. Never let these bitches fucking talk down to you, make you feel less of a man, make your dick feel small. Cause that's again, we don't need that in society. Cause what's gonna happen is you as a man, you ain't gonna be gangster, and you're gonna make a boy and your son, he ain't gonna be gangster either, and the chain gonna keep running. Y'all gonna be a bunch of bitch ass niggas. Dealing with other bitch ass niggas, and we all bitch ass niggas, and then women gonna be the gangster ones. And it sounds familiar, right? Because that's what the fuck happened. There was an attack on masculinity. You could not be a man. Yo, Me Too movement. That wasn't us. That wasn't me. If you was born as if you were millennial and forward from 19, probably about like 88, I think we was the last real niggas. Cause I don't know a lot of 89 niggas. I know a lot of like 88 niggas. But from 88 on, right? It was the last real niggas. The niggas before us, them niggas was different, right? They was Spanish fly niggas. They was slip shit and shorty drink niggas. They was pick up bitches at the club when they drunk as fuck and bring her home and fuck her. You know what I'm saying? And you know, they was different type of niggas. Real shit. This is documented shit. I ain't no tattletale. Times change. Same thing I said in episode 1. Times fucking change. We don't do them type of thing. When I grew up, me and my niggas, when we heard that, we would laugh. You know, we was like, y'all niggas is crazy. But we would never do that. We wasn't raised like that, right? Every society of dudes, of men, we gotta show the next society, yo, here's what we did. This was wrong, and y'all niggas shouldn't do this shit. We thought it was cool. You know, we don't know. We gonna treat women how we feel was right. We don't have no guidelines. Nobody, most niggas you know, how many niggas you know grew up with their father? That's big. It means a lot. Your daddy, he gonna tell you shit. I tell my son, I tell my daughter things that they mama would never tell them, and that's no diss to her. She does a great job raising them, but she not gonna tell them certain shit. I'm gonna tell them. She don't have a penis. She have a vagina. And this whole era of, hey, I'm a boy, but I feel like a girl. I'm a girl, and I feel like a boy. I get it. I get it. I think there's a lot of things, as you know, that's the food that we've been eating, the chicken and the hormones, society, the water. I got a bottle of water, uh, and the brand. I'm not gonna name the brand, but here's the ingredients in this bottle of water, right? Purified water, calcium chloride, sodium bicarbonate. What the fuck is that? Right? Like like I bought water, right? Why are you putting calcium chloride, sodium, but like what the fuck is like literally? What are you? Why are you putting things in water? And you're gonna sit here and tell me that that don't affect nobody? That don't affect your body? That don't affect you? Because the last time I checked, you are what you eat. I know motherfuckers that drink mad liquor and they body fucked up. My grandfather, this motherfucker, he drank a lot. When he got older, he had problems that was related to that. Rest in peace. Rest his soul. Good man, you know, but he grew up different. What we put in our body is very important. So when we buy these things and we don't know what they putting in it and then they feeding it to us, it's affecting us. That's why we all act alike. We all behave alike. We all got anxiety. We all got ADHD, right? How does so many people have this shit? And I never once heard, well, why are they getting it? I know how you gotta do. I know you gotta get Adderall. I know you gotta get Vyvanse. I know you gotta get Xanax. I know you gotta get all this fucking drug shit. But why are we getting it? Let's ask those questions. That's what I want to fucking know. I'm curious, and I feel like again it goes back to responsibility because if we look at why we're getting it, then the truth will come out as to what's causing it, and it's probably someone behind it, right? So if someone's behind it, now they gotta say, well, they have to admit that what they did, and they don't want to do that, so they rather medicate us and tell us some bullshit. It's fucking crazy. Like I changed up. Like I used to be heavy on the Adderall, heavy on the drugs. And I'm not. If anyone that's using that stuff, if you really have it, then fine. What are you gonna fucking do, right? But I moved to. I just wanted to do things differently. I meditate a lot. I pray a lot. When I'm taking time, by myself. Again, I'm spending a lot of time just focusing on my own thoughts, my own body. It's not always about what the fuck is going on outside of me. Like, how do I feel about this? Anxiety sometimes it all boils down to what's frightening you, what's making you feel that shakiness, right? Why do you have that in your body? It's because something's bothering you. Something's bothering you that you didn't address. And your brain knows it. And what happens is sometimes your brain just turns on a signal and says, you know what? We feel like something's gonna happen. So your body starts rattling and shaking. I don't get that feeling no more. Because I deal with everything. Everything that happens in my life, I fucking deal with it. I talk about it. I talk to my therapist. I pray. I meditate. I take time out. I do things to fucking fix it. Well, try to. We're work in progresses. Why is it that from first grade to 12th grade, we're taught to work on ourselves, and then once you hit 18, it's like, hey, well, fuck that, you're good now. Leave, whatever you are, you are. No, motherfucker. The stuff I learned in my 20s were fucking very important. And I wish I had more of a growth mindset to focus my growth. Because when I hit 30, that's when I started. I was like, okay, well, I want to be this, so I'm gonna do this so I could become that. And it's more of a structure. But before it was just I was just doing things and I would figure shit out like that. That ain't the right way to do it. It's not the best way. You could do it like that, but it's gonna take you longer. Take the shortest path to your fucking goals. And one of your goals is to be a better person, to be the person that you want to be, the person you think of in your head, that person you see that makes you smile, that has everything you want, and you're in a position that you feel good. Be that person. What do you need to do to be that person? You know what it is. You know what that shit is, but you don't want to do it. You refuse to because you think it's hard. You know what's hard? Dealing with not getting what you want. That's hard. I can't take that shit. I can't fucking take that. I'd rather fucking go hard every day and be like, yo, this shit ain't working than to me to sit down and then accept the fact that I'm not getting what I want. Cause the fuck? That's the worst way to do it, no? I don't see how that's fucking better than anything, right? It's all about how we do things. It's always a good way to do things. It's a bad way to do things, but we probably don't always know. That's why it's good to seek advice. They say a wise man learns from his mistakes. A wiser man learns from the mistakes of others. That's why daddy's so important. That's why mommy's so important. They should have done the shit and the mistakes and teach you what not to do as well as what to do, but they should also teach you what not to do so that you don't go and do that. You know. And I'm gonna leave y'all with this. Always pray. Always be one with yourself and protect the women in your family from predators. Protect your children from predators and sick people. And always pray. Keep your thoughts in your head. Because you always want to make sure that you're living life the way that you want to live it. So leave y'all with that. Blessings. Until another time, you already know it's your guy Monk Papers. Get you. Holla.